Hi everyone, it's Wanda with the Armchair Cat Advocate, and I have some good news. I have really good news. I just got a text message from Kayla from Feline Solutions, and well, I actually texted her about Jack, and she texted me and she said, I wanted to text you anyway. I was going to text you later this evening. But anyway, so here's what's happening. Neka is going up for adoption. You know why she's going up for adoption? She tested negative for feline leukemia. They had like a generic snap test. It threw a false positive. They got better ones, which is what they did with the kittens, because they tested with both. They did two different. They did like the regular generic ones, and then they did like a better quality one or a brand name one. I don't know what brand they're using. Some are better than others. I just learned all that. I just watched a presentation by Dr. Levy. So Dr. Levy is, and the individual that sent me the email about FELV, that's how I found out about Dr. Levy. And all her work with FELV. So I've been like looking a lot of her stuff, and she lists like the different snap tests and how, which ones are better than others. So I want to actually find that video again and send it to Kayla. But anyway, because I had told Kayla, and this is, and I wasn't trying to be facetious or know it all or anything like that when I told her this, but I know from back in 2020 when I just started doing this, and I just started rescuing kittens. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. There was a rescue group out of Maryland that helped me, and the woman, one of the founders, she's the one, my main contact. She was amazing. Unfortunately, she's no longer there. I don't know if the group's still there. She left because of financial reasons, and also there was issues with her partners. They were not very nice to her, kind of pushed her out. So, I don't know what she's doing now. I lost contact with her. I stayed in contact with her for a while, and then she got married, and, kind of just lost contact with her. But anyway, when I was taking kittens to her, I had talked to her about, because they would test too, and I think I had with Rogue, I had asked her about Rogue when Rogue tested for FIV, and maybe I should actually get him retested. Maybe I should. And she said that usually they're pretty good, but yeah, they can throw a false positive. And then I did my own research, and the more research that I did, the more I saw that this is not uncommon for these snap tests to throw a false positive. So for people out there, if your cat comes up positive for FELV or for FIV, you might want to go and get a second test done, because depending what test was given. And this is something that our former manager on this channel, I'm not going to say the name because I don't want any traffic going to her channel, but when her cat Grayson came up with FIV, I asked her, I said, well, they sometimes get a false positive. Do you? And usually like the next step is to get a PCR test, which is really going to just, if it's there, it's there. It's going to find it. But they're expensive. And I said, well, raise the money and get that, because if you know what you have to know what you're working with. You have to know what you're working with in order to address the issue. And so I'm going to pause this 1 second because I'm getting Instacart delivered, and I need to check and see if the shopper needs me. So I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. I'm ordering some chicken, and I wanted to make sure, because chickens with the avian flu, they run out of chicken fast, and I wanted to make sure they didn't substitute anything like my $1.19 a pound chicken for like $5 a pound chicken. So anyway, when you're dealing with the SNAP test, yeah, you have to make sure that you have the right kind of test. There's different one. Actually, I'm going to go back and find that video, and I will put a link to that video with Dr. Levy in the community tab. And that way you can actually look at it and you can see what tests. So if you go and you get your cat tested and it comes up with FELV or it comes up with FIV, that way you can, say, what did you use? And if it's one of those tests that aren't considered very, what's the word? Accurate. I'm doing too much. If it's not very accurate, then you can go back and get, maybe ask for a different kind of test. So, Neka is apparently, which would explain why the kittens don't have it. That's the explanation why the kittens are probably perfectly healthy, although they're down there squeaking, and I'm having issues with them today because they're still freaked out after the wire snake attacked them. It's in another video. I didn't put it up yet, but and no comments, Mark. No, no. Be a good boy, Mark. We're all counting on you. We're all counting on you to hold that comment that I know is in your head. We're counting on you to hold it in your head and not have it seep through into the keyboard. But yeah, she's going up for adoption. So yeah. She's not going to be outside anymore. She's not going to be pregnant constantly. She's not going to be attacked by the other cats, the boys. She won't be forced to give birth out in a crappy little bin with a dirty blanket under a tarp and amongst trash. Yeah. So she has the potential to have a really, really good life. Yep. So, and the kittens look like they're going to be okay. So, if that's the case, then hang on. So if that's the case, then welcome the newest advocate, the junior celebrity Maleficent. All hail Maleficent, because she will now stay with us. If I know she doesn't have, if Mama is not FELV now, of course, well, it would be passed on through Mom, so I guess it really doesn't matter too much if Dad would have it or not. And she's still freaking out here. Here, let me put her back. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with them. Like I said, I did a video about it. They got freaked out because I brought in the heated water bowl because I don't need it right now. It's warm out. And I wanted to disinfect it and put it aside. And if it does get cold again, I can bring it back out. But for now, I'm not going to put it out because I don't even know if you should have it plugged in. I mean, it's wasting electricity, number one. But number two, I don't know if we should even have it plugged in when it's above freezing, because I don't know. Sometimes those kind of things get wonky if you run them when it's not cold. So anyway, brought it in, bleached it, disinfected it, set it on the stove to dry, and I had the cord hanging down, and the kittens started going nuts. Like they were slamming themselves against the crate and like panicked. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. And at first I thought, is it because it's warmer and things are, some things wake up early, like bugs and stuff will wake up early. And I thought, is there something in their crate? Like, I don't know. So I looked, I didn't see anything. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I mean, and then they kept looking at the side of their crate underneath the towel. And then I realized they see the cord, because the cord is black and then has that wire wrapped around it. I'm thinking, you know what? Through their eyes, it probably looks like a snake. And then the plug-in part, a head with, I'm thinking, I wonder, is that looks like a snake to them? Is that what they're having a fit about? So I did a video about it because I thought this would be a great teachable moment for people that think it's cute and silly to scare your cats and see them jump around and with that reaction. And I don't think it's cute and silly and fun at all. So I did the video, of course, removed it so that they wouldn't see it. I tried to show it to them like in front of the crate where they could see the whole thing, the bowl and everything. They went nuts. I put it in the back room. It's out of view. They can't see it. It's back in the back room. There's no way that they can see it. They're still going nuts. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to do it again. I put a towel over the front and then they calmed down. I don't know. I don't know what's freaking them out. I can't figure it out. Now they're playing. I don't know. I don't know what's upsetting them so much. But it looks like their mom is clear. She's negative. So that's good news. I mean, that's good news on many levels. It's good news for her. It's good news for the kittens. It's good news for my colony. And I'm going to take another pause and just check and see if the Instacart thing is done. And then I'll come back and we'll talk about Jack. Okay, so Instacart's now done. Now it'll just be however long do they bring it. So let's talk about Jack. By the way, I got chocolate. I really need chocolate. I got chocolate. Which I'm going to offset because I also got fresh broccoli and shrimp. Sorry, Cat Mama and Catitude and some others that are vegan. But I got broccoli, I got shrimp, and I'm going to basically make myself a Chinese meal tonight. So that's what I'm having for dinner. So I think I have jasmine rice in there. I have rice. It's either going to be basmati or jasmine. Didn't I say I wasn't going to make this a cooking show? Oops, I lied. No. No cooking. No cooking with pink pots. No, that's not going to happen. Okay. So let's talk about Jack. All right. I did do a video of him today, updating his progress. He is feeling better. He got sick on the doxy today and threw up. You'll see that on the video too. But he does look better. He doesn't have that thick mucus come out of his nose and his eyes. That's much better. He's still breathing a bit heavy. And I'm going to say this because she's left it in a comment, but Cat Mama, one of our wonderful community advocate Clouder community members, she offered to help with some care for Jack. Now, here's the caveat. Cat Cat Mama's not independently wealthy. Cat Mama is not, dare I say, Elon Musk. I probably should invoke that name right now, because there's a lot of people not happy with him. But I'm talking about like the wealth factor. She doesn't have that kind of wealth. So her and I have talked about this, and oh, come here. All right, don't. I was going to Fury walk by. I wanted to pick him up and show him for Mark. But Mark, he's in another video, okay? So he's in another video. He's featured prominently in another video. I just haven't gotten it up yet. Mark's probably in bed now anyway. Yeah, he's in bed now anyway. So he isn't watching this. When I upload it, he won't be watching it until tomorrow. So anyway, Jack. So Cat Mama was willing to try to help vet Jack. Here's the thing, and it's not that I'm not grateful. She knows I am, but she would rather kind of be on reserve if something would happen to one of the indoor crew, one of the indoor advocates, Abra, Fury, Rogue, one of them, Zuki, Tora, because they're still technically colony cats, but they come in and out, so they're kind of indoor outdoor cats. So, and people look at them as part of the crew. Even Lucy, Lucy's on the balcony. That's where she is. That's where she lives. She lives on the balcony. She's there almost 24/7, except when she has to go potty, and then she goes down wherever she goes, or she might wander around at night. She might go out and wander around a little bit if it's warm. But for the most part, she stays up there. So if something happened to them, it would be, we just talked about that being a possibility of, what is the most effective way? And this is kind of where the thought process is with colony cats. This is why they don't test for FELV and FIV anymore, because they figure the money's better served putting it towards spay and neuter. Because the cats are, unless they're symptomatic. If they're symptomatic, that's something else. But if they're not symptomatic, that's controversy for another day, for another video. There's a lot of pros and cons to that thinking, but that's kind of that idea. So what I suggested and what I did is, because I've already been talking to Feline Solutions about possibly taking Jack for adoption. Now, we were worried about FELV. Maybe, it might still be in the colony, but maybe it's not too. I don't know what his status is. I know he has a chronic respiratory infection. It's been going on. It's been off and on. And, trying to get him. And then one of the things that, Miss Nunyam needs to mind her own business, doesn't want to talk about is the fact that she has that cat, Valentino, because Jack was bumped to the end of the line. Jack was next to be fostered and to go into Feline Solutions. And then Valentino showed up with torn up paws, looking really bad, out in the cold, obviously an indoor cat. And when he was examined, I was told, I don't know, Wanda. Kayla examined him and she said, I don't know, this doesn't look good. We didn't even know if he was going to survive. So, Miss, Nunya need to mind your own business. You have that cat. Jack sacrificed for your cat. You want to help out now? You want to send some money to the PayPal account? No, I didn't think so. Because you're a shit talker. And I hope everybody that comes in contact with you throughout any videos or live chats, I hope they point out that person's a shit talker. That person doesn't give a damn about cats. She's supporting a fucking grifter. Yeah, I'm pissed. You done poked the bear. You think you're crazy, Nanya? You have no idea. None. So anyway, I told the cat mom, I said, let's do this. Let me go talk to Feline Solutions. Let me see if, because they're, if he's not FELV positive or anything like that, they could take him for adoption. I think he could be adopted. He would probably have to be an only cat, at least, to start. He'd have to be in a calm environment. There's certain things. A person would have to be understanding of him. They'd have to be willing to give him a lot of attention. But I think he could be adopted now because he's not like aggressive with me like he was. He's not grabbing me. Like today, I wasn't, he was head bumping me. I didn't pet him enough. So he went like, that was it. Claws were in. It was just a little bop. He knows that he's not allowed to intimidate Lucy. If I tell him go in his box, he goes in his box. He's a good boy. So I think he can be adopted. He just has to see what's wrong with him and hope that it's nothing serious. So anyway, let me see here. Look who's on the table. Look who's on the buoy table. He's on the buoy table. So anyway, this is kind of the plan. So this is the plan. So I asked Kayla about this, and she said that she could look at him this coming Sunday. When she looks at the kittens. The kittens have to go back in for their recheck. And more vaccinations, I don't know, boosters or something, I don't know. But they have to they have something that needs to be done. So she could look at him then. And if, I'll have to ask the founder if that's all okay. And the cat mama said she would donate. I said, how about if you just, we do a donation, and that way that'll offset some of the cost of him. Because if he's adoptable, they'll take him. But we can at least get the initial testing done. He's up on the balcony all the time. I don't want to bring him in because I don't know what he has. But he's on the balcony all the time now. Now that it's warmer, he's up in his box. And I can get him. I can usually just go out and call his name and he comes up. So it's not like he's, feral cat that's like, I don't have to worry about that. So I have to get okay from the founder. And if she says it's okay, then, I'll take him. Probably what I'll do because I want to set up their bigger crate anyway. That'll free up this crate. And then maybe I can just put him overnight in the back room and cover him with a sheet or something to keep anything in so that I have him the next day when we go. Although if we leave around 1 o'clock, he's usually up by 12 or 1 anyway. I'll have to figure it out. But anyway, we can probably get Jack looked at and see what's going on with him. I don't know. And that maybe I could get a stool sample that way too if I put him in I have a big carrier too that my friend Susan gave me, like big carrier that you can also use for a crate. And that's enclosed except in the front. So that might work. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. So there are things going on. Unless, of course, Miss Nanya decides to take Jack before the end of the week. Think that's a possibility? Miss none of you mind your own business, or it's none of your business. You gotta love people. Not. Anyway, I am going to end it there and wait for my Instacart. And what time is it? 6:20. Okay. I should probably take food out to them too. It's supposed to rain tonight. I don't know if I should take food out. I'll have to check the weather. Because if it's going to rain, I don't want to put food out to just get all soggy and gross and then they won't eat it and it just goes to waste. So that's it, folks. So, there's the good news. So, yay. Yay. I don't know if they'll do another snap test on. I think they do a snap test on them before they get fixed too. But so far, so good. I mean, and they had respiratory infections. They were basically and Jesse actually had some blood on his nose. I mean, this was back when they had the respiratory infections. And I just thought he was, rolling around with one of his siblings and got a nail caught. That's what I thought it was. I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh. Did he have the same thing? I mean, actually, twice he had like a little bloody nose. And I just thought it was because he was the runt. So, and he was always up there on the hammock with the other ones, and they were always kind of jostling around. And I just thought he was getting beat up a little bit. But not play fighting, beat up through play fighting. But anyway. I don't know, but for now, that's the plan. Neka's going to get adopted. She's gone up for adoption. So fingers crossed that somebody gets her. And we'll see about Jack. And I'll keep everybody up to date. And special shout out to Cat Mama. Thank you so much for everything you do on this channel, for being a great community member. Just being you. No. So thanks, everyone. I will see you in the next one. Bye for meow.